Welcome to The Debrief, where we talk with the Washington Examiner's top journalists about the stories they're covering this week and where the headlines are going next. I'm Sarah Westwood, and I'm here today with commentary editor Conn Carroll. Conn, let's talk about the border.
Okay.
Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas was testifying on Capitol Hill this week. He was also, did a few interviews around that testimony, and he said that the southern border is not open. But what do the numbers say about that?
Yeah, so he tried to make it very clear that the southern border is not open. A lot of Republicans doesn't understand why. But if you look at the data, what the data show, and he confirmed this actually on Fox News with Bret Baier. Bret Baier had given the numbers. He confirmed that over 1 million migrants who were arrested for illegally crossing the border have been caught by the Biden administration and then released into the United States to go wherever they want to go. Now, if that's not an open border, I don't know what is. Now, he then also said that those that are being released into the country are going to make their asylum claims, and then once their asylum cases are decided, if they lose their claims, they're going to be deported immediately. And the Washington Post actually just posted a fact check today saying that that was a lie, and I totally agree. It is a total lie. Since Biden has come into office, he's let 1 million people in. He's only deported 60,000 migrants.
Why isn't the Biden administration removing people whose asylum claims are denied, which you guys wrote about this week is most of the asylum claims at the end of the day, end of a years-long process?
Yeah, so that's part of the trick, right? Is Biden has a policy that he made when he first came into office that he is not going to make a priority for deportation anyone who hasn't been in the country for longer than 2 years. So once you're in the country for 2 years, Biden's not even going to try to deport you. Well, when you take that 2 years and then you look at the average time it takes for an asylum claim to be done, that's 4.5 years. So if you're a migrant who crosses the border illegally and makes an asylum claim, that takes 4.5 years for that claim to be settled. But by the time that's over, Biden's no longer going to look for you to deport you. You've essentially been able to come into the country.
A federal court has paused the Biden administration's attempt to end Title 42. Is the White House fighting that, or are they, sort of taking that as a happy accident because they were facing a Democratic revolt over that?
So Biden already partially repealed Title 42 when he first came in. He already said it doesn't apply to unaccompanied minors and families. So it's already been partially repealed for a little while. Now we're hearing from the borders, our own border reporter, the Washington Examiner, that they are not applying Title 42 to migrants from the Central American countries. So it seems that he is slowly dismantling it, and I do expect him to fully dismantle it by May 23rd.
And finally, the Supreme Court has heard arguments recently in the case about Remain in Mexico. The courts are trying to force the Biden administration to reinstate that. The Biden administration says they don't want to honor that agreement. Do you have a sense of how that is going to play out?
Well, it already is playing out because they are under a court order from a lower court to begin implementing it, and they have implemented it in the San Diego sector, and they've done very slowly. So they've only applied it to 300 migrants so far. So they're doing the absolute bare minimum to comply with the court order, but they really do not want to actually try to implement it.
Well, Conn, thank you so much for being here today. You can get more writing from Conn and the rest of the commentary team at washingtonexaminer.com.